Travis Wayne Goodsell. The Reuters News had an article come out today. Pope confers lay ministries on women, formalizing recognition of roles. So there they have Pope and a woman. Looks like she'd have to be kneeling before him because he's sitting in his chair, elevated on the throne. So today, Pope Francis, for the first time, conferred the lay Roman Catholic ministries of lector and catechist on women, roles that previously many had carried out without institutional recognition. He conferred the ministries at a Mass in St. Peter's Basilica, where, in an apparent reference to resistance to change by some conservatives, he criticized those who need to have rigid regulations and more rules in order to find God. So the origin of this controversy comes from the book of Romans, chapter 16, one of the writings of Paul. Mr. Women must keep silent in church. So we don't know what it says because the translation is incorrect. We have the wrong version of the Bible. And our translators at the head of the church refuse to give us a correct translation. So verse 1, for example, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a deacon of the church, which is at Cenchrea. So she's a deacon. I wonder if Joseph Smith knew that women could be deacons. I've already done the video. I'm being silenced. I'm being booted out, cast out of Utah into the frozen cold to die within the next couple of weeks. I'll be silent on YouTube, although the Mormon employees have already silenced Travis Wayne Goodsell. Apparently, Nelson's unhappy that I exposed the real church history regarding authority. The church ceased to exist, and the church refuses to acknowledge it. And not just because of Joseph Smith's death, but because of the United States as well, shutting them down for their crimes. And so, to prove that they're the one true church, Mormons were ordered to silence my video and ban me from posting more videos on that channel about that. Nothing shows you're the one true church like covering up the truth. And so, verse 15, no, that's Julia. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you kidding me? Fellow apostles, where is it? Oh, there it is. Jania. I did put Jania, right? Maybe that's why I'm having trouble with her. So So Genea is in verse 7. Salute Andronicus. That's a masculine singular ending. Sort of like Matthias, Marcus, Lucas, and Ionas. Different versions of the ending, but it's all masculine singular. And then we have and Genea. Well, that's supposed to be Geneus, right? Nope, Genea. That's what it is. My fellow kinsmen and fellow prisoners, who are of note among the apostles, who also were in Christ before me. So they're not the 12. They were what Paul was in. An apostle. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has had men as apostles, but not part of the 12 apostles. There were apostles for the presidency, and then there were apostles for the 12. But they weren't 12 or the presidency. They were assistants. Like in the mission field, you have assistants to the president. But back then, there was a whole quorum of apostles. And the reason that we know that she's female and not a typing error or a translation error is because a type of shrine, burial, whatever, was found with her mural, specifically portraying her as female, and it caught wind through all Christianity, the big earthquake that rocked the church, which was already shattered into all the different subgroups. And so if you go through Christianity, they're making me have to go through each one. See, Lutherans, the Church of Denmark, became the first Lutheran body to ordain women in 1948. Church of the Nazarene began in 1909. Promoted isn't making the same thing. Anglican, looks like in 1944, followed by 1971. Methodist, 1911, first woman elder. Wonder if that's where we get the title elder. Baptist, 1815. But not until 1882, the National Baptist Convention ordained women here in the United States. And then 1961, the Progressive National Baptist Convention. Pentecostals, the International Church of the Foursquare Gospel, was founded by a female and began ordaining women. Seventh-day Adventist, 1990. Community of Christ, 1984. The official true church from Joseph Smith, according to the justice system of the United States, the Temple Lot case. They said they're the true successors. Just like the United States shut down the Mormon Church by Brigham Young. And so, once you know it, under Latter-day Saints, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does not ordain women. So now the question is, why not? Should they? Every Christian's doing it because of Genea in Romans chapter 16, with Phoebe as a deacon. You have Oakes, who insists. Let me bring up that picture, by the way. It would be a good thing to do for this video, to remind everybody of the church's position on this matter. Alright, in 2014, he gave a conference talk in which he said, quote, Dallin H. Oakes, they, women, are not free to alter the divine decree pattern that only men will hold offices in the priesthood. So pay attention, he's likely to be the new president of the church sometime soon. So let's find out. Again, so in the Joseph Smith Papers, Minutes and Discourses, 17 March 1842. Let's see. Meeting commenced by singing "The Spirit of God like a fire is burning," and etc. Prayer was done by Elder John Taylor. When it was moved by President Smith and seconded by Mrs. Sarah Kingsley Cleveland, that a vote be taken to know if all are satisfied with each female present and are willing to acknowledge them in full fellowship and admit them to the privileges of the institution about to be formed. The Relief Society. They voted on the name, by the way. And so, there it is. Joseph Smith is recorded as saying, "Let this presidency serve as a constitution. All their decisions be considered law." Do I still have? I don't. Women, they, are not free to alter the divinely decreed pattern that only men will hold offices in the priesthood. Seems to constitute a law, doesn't it? What law is being done here? And acted upon as such. If any officers wanted to carry out the designs of the institution, let them be appointed and set apart as Phoebes, deacons, teachers, and etc. are among us. And so the presidency was appointed and set apart, and then Joseph dies, But yeah, they were a priesthood office or a priesthood body having priesthood office. Joseph Smith gave it to them. It's right there in the Joseph Smith papers. Anybody who says otherwise is a sexist hater. They hate women. They want to subject them unto their control and authority. It's right there. That's the original design of God, right there. So what again did Oakes say? They, women, are not free. They're slaves. To alter the divinely decreed pattern. See, the divinely decreed pattern is that women can hold the priesthood and priesthood office. What's Oakes talking about? Huh. I don't know. So the church now wants to become Christian. The Church News has come out and said that they are joining Christianity. Shall we go over that again? Oh. So something new from the prophet. Latter-day Saints can change the future of Europe with the invasion of Russia. Oh. Here it is, on the 21st, just 2 days ago. Church participates at the Week of Prayer for Christian Unity. What does it mean to be united? Church is becoming Christian. Christianity is allowing, as the Pope of the Catholics has now finally done it, given women priesthood and priesthood office. But Oakes, they, women, are not free to alter the divinely decreed pattern that only men will hold offices in the priesthood. Is he going to change his mind when he becomes president? Is he going to then alter the divinely decreed, altered pattern of Brigham Young? Now, Brigham Young seems to be altering everything these days, doesn't he? Altered the position on race, which is technically blacks, and tithing, changed that process, got in trouble and shut down for that, and then polygamy. Yeah, they keep changing. When God doesn't change, the church keeps changing. And so, are we going to have to expect that maybe this April conference, that the prophets will give women priesthood and priesthood office? Again, are they going to come out with an official declaration number 3 because they're too ashamed and embarrassed to add it as part of the Doctrine and Covenants, since they had begun to add to the Doctrine and Covenants? Brigham Young added section 132 on polygamy, claiming it was Joseph's. And when you understand the context, the Edmunds Act had already come out by then, I think. Let's check this. Oh, no. Nope, 1882. Okay. And so, yeah, it was 1876 when Brigham Young came out with it. So, interesting. Okay. So they were already getting in trouble. People were complaining. And so they assigned it to Joseph Smith taking out the chapter on monogamy, taking out part of section 131. You can refer to your Joseph Smith papers, see what it actually contained. Joseph Smith talking to a monogamous couple about how they, when they get sealed, will be exalted. Got to take that out if you're going to put section 132 in. And they did. Brigham Young did. The year before he died. So, yeah, isn't that interesting? So, divinely decreed pattern, huh, Oaks? You sure? Divinely decreed pattern of who? Because Brigham Young. So Brigham Young's God? And who's Brigham Young's God? Oh, right, Travis Wayne Goodsell. The video got deleted. So only those on TWG here will know which God is divinely decreeing this pattern to withhold priesthood and priesthood office from women. It's the inverted pentagram on the keystone of the Salt Lake Temple, headquarters for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And Mormons don't like that. They want to cover it up. Again, you want to be Christian, you got to give women back the priesthood. You got to give women back office in the priesthood. It's got to happen. Church will not be accepted unless they give women back the priesthood and priesthood office, the original divinely decreed pattern. Coming to a general conference near you. It's too bad I'll be dead and gone to witness such a momentous occasion and to do all sorts of videos on it. That's how they do things. They excommunicated the ordained women woman. Is it Kate Kelly? Is that her name? And then after excommunicating the troublemaker, then the church comes out and makes changes for women. They include some of the Relief Society women into certain meetings to participate and have more of a voice in those meetings. And over time allowed for women to wear slacks on their missions and slacks at church. And the temple was changed to have Eve from the selections from the book of Moses put in, as people are thinking, oh, she's got a bigger speaking role. No, they just took from the scripture and put it in. No, what you want to pay attention to is what the church is doing on the side. Law of chastity was changed to allow for polygamy. Yay! They're bringing back Brigham Young's polygamy. They never took out section 132. But they took out John Taylor's. Sunday cruisers. They took out John Taylor's polygamy scriptures that were added into his Doctrine and Covenants, because the United States forced them to take it out. Church was shut down. Conference. Yeah, Monson included the women's session with General Conference. So Nelson takes over and cancels the women's sessions, makes them so that the women were in October. Well, we all know what happened last year. Nelson decides, you know what? I don't think let's follow the admonition of Paul that women should keep silent in church. And with my video and the help of a massive blowback, Nelson backtracked and let women have their priesthood session or their conference session. But then canceled the women's conference this year in retaliation. And people still think they're good. Divinely ordained of God. Jesus. When are you people going to learn they are not the true church? They have no authority. The United States took it away. They didn't have it. They didn't follow Joseph Smith's process for succession. It's the Church of Lucifer from the Book of Mormon, the video that was banned on Travis Wayne Goodsell, the false Christ of the Great and Abominable Church. The Book of Mormon is true. I've been telling ex-Mormons and Mormons this forever. Nobody wants to believe me. Now they've destroyed me. I'm going down to my grave, my freezing cold grave, and people just say, whatever. Yeah, okay. Oh, yay, women, they got the priesthood. Official declaration number 3. Oh look, more bombshells for this video. As the church was pissed with my correcting the organizations that have been called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with the asterisk period of presidents. The Relief Society likewise. Dear God. And so what we have here is a big old Messersplits. Emma Smith, 1842, but 1844. She didn't die in 1844. Joseph died in 1844. Now, if she chose to stop it, yeah, I can understand not wanting to do any more with it. As Brigham Young took hostages, sex trafficked them out of the church, out of the state, out of the country. So if you don't have any women left in your organization, you're sort of left without an organization. But yeah, she kept living, and she purposely waited for her son, Joseph Smith III, just as Horace was raised in the wilderness by his mother after the Great and Abominable Church takeover by Set. Isis took over Horus. Huh. I'm seeing parallels. Interesting. Joseph Smith prophesied of these very same patterns. But the Relief Society didn't start up again until under Brigham Young, but not until 1866 to 1887 by Eliza R. Snow. And then there's a Xena woman who Brigham Young loved to watch her wash and anoint women with her priesthood blessings. Yeah, just her. They get to have a little peep show, because they were done naked back in those days, if you didn't know. So, yeah. And then, you can't trust this person who made this thing that I'll put in here for you, but they're claiming that it's a successive, the year of is being replaced with the next. So I don't know if it has to do with their deaths or the change, but this different pattern than the men's version.